And welcome to another session of Sunday Setups. I'm your host, Jacob. I'm bringing you this week's forecast ahead for things that we are currently going to be looking at and going over for the week. Past couple of weeks have been great. Looking to keep the momentum going into the month of July. So definitely stay intact with what's going on. But before we get into the actual chart work, I just want to say, if you haven't already, be sure to check out litcapital.co.uk if you are looking to get started on your trading journey with us, where we have a range of services from mentoring, one-to-ones, and not only that, we do have some signals. If you do want access to our Discord, like I said, just join up on our website. You'll see this pop up. Just give us your name and email address, and then we'll be sure to add you to our community. Before we get into it, as always, we're just going to check the economic calendar for news events coming out. So starting with Monday, we don't really have anything that crazy to look for. We have a bit of PMI with the US dollar in the afternoon, but other than that, Mondays we normally just see how the market opens, and if we have setups according to how they closed previously, we just judge off that. But Monday's not really looking that exciting news-wise. Tuesday, we do have some exciting news in the morning with the Australian dollar interest rate. So be sure to definitely check out for that on Tuesday morning. So if you're not awake around 5:30, it's cool, but it's just, pre-London session, you should, try and figure out what exactly you're looking at. If you do trade Aussie pairs specifically, try and figure out what exactly your chart is showing you. So that's definitely something to look out for. We got some purchasing managers index with the CAD. Don't really trade CAD pairs, to be fair, but if you do, just look out for that. Wednesday, pretty stale as well, to be fair. We got unemployment for Swiss. Not really much to look out for there. That stands out. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims for the 4-week average, but we did have NFP last week with the DXY, so that was the major employment data for the US. So again, not really eye-catching. But Friday, we have unemployment rate for Canada, so that's quite standout-ish. If you guys do trade CAD pairs on a Friday, be sure to check out that should be a move, an impulsive move on CAD pairs. So I'm just going to take you to the charts now. We're going to start with pound US. So what I've been noticing with this one, we had a great buying trade sent out on our copy trading channel last week. If you guys did catch it, went over 200, I think it was 230 pips. And yeah, I do think we can continue up with this temporarily, as we do have some targets above that I do think are looking to get taken. But whether we get it straight away, I would like to see this area retested in regards to just the swing point. I don't think this swing point enough is giving us a good enough retracement. However, I am also aware of this break candle that we're seeing, and it looks like it's having a bit of a reaction off of that. So gonna look to see how the market opens. If it continues, it continues. That's fine. I do favor the sell on this pair overall, so I think we can get temporary strength up into this area in order to continue. But it is worth the buy. Like, that's the only thing. It is quite a while. It's quite a high area in regards to the pip count. So I'm hoping we can get a dip lower and take out some of this liquidity that was formed at the end of last week, and continue up to these targets here and here for sure. So I'm going to throw this one in the Discord. Be sure to check that out as well on the charts channel if you are in the Discord. And that's going to take me to Euro Pound. So again, with the Pound US, this is a correlated pair because it's quite an inverse. So if you do trade Pound US, be sure to actually look for Euro Pound as well. It does the opposite basically. So we were able to actually catch a sell for this. I think it gave us 90 pips, and it's still running in I think it's 120 pips now. So the first two TPs we have for this were hit, and it does have a lot of room to go down. So if we're actually looking at the higher time frame, as you can see, this was a higher time frame setup. So this was actually a daily swing that we got from this area here. We got the 62% retracement. But now, just going off of what we're seeing on here, you know, looking at just the candlestick structure and stuff like that, we got some liquidity here, and we can actually get a move down. So I'm expecting pound strength. Hopefully we get it this week, in order to continue down and actually come down about to the 88 level, the 88 to, let's say, 8800 level. So that candle stands out to me in regards of getting a target, because we do have some imbalance on the weekly as well. So, you know, the higher time frame sell area has been achieved. So I do, hopefully we can get some further movement down. So that may be you know, tying in with euro weakness as well. We may have to see if the euro is starting strong or starting off weak as the market opens up. But, you know, pound US, euro pound, they do the opposite. So definitely go through that if you haven't. I do have a setup for Euro USD as well, where we had this sent out on the Friday. The only reason we didn't actually take this, I didn't like the timing of it, like hovering around on a Friday. I didn't want to take the trade. So what I did notice is that we have actually got to push up higher. So, you know, we are looking at overall selling, but I do think we can get some temporary bullishness on this as well. So if we actually look at the overall picture, there is a lot of room for this to come down. We have got some wiki type areas, but that's on the weekly, but it can still, you know, maybe push past this area and actually clear this liquidity overall, because it is holding price at this area. It's not seeming to give us that lower low from the daily yet. But, you know, 4 hour, like I said, we had this candle here, but I didn't actually enter the trade due to the price actions hovering around too much. So what I have noticed on just the 1 hour time frame, we did get this this bounce off of the area. So it's filled the imbalance that was sitting in here, and then we got this push higher. So again, this candle here stands out to me. So maybe we can get a retest into this candle here and actually continue higher as well. So definitely going to look out for that one. But remember, guys, I'm only temporarily looking for bullishness. I do think eventually we will get a big move down on the euro and on the pound US. Again, with AUD news as well, going to take you over to AUDUSD. I do see this as bullish regarding just the price action. So we actually had a sell activated and it hit us at break even, but we did get like a 40 pip push, which was off of the I think it was this area here. But actually, yeah, it was off of this candle here. We got to push down, but now it's continuing. So we didn't really get a break of structure, and it's looking like it's probably going to want to take out higher area liquidity, excuse me. Overall, as we can see on the weekly, we've got a massive target here. So now I'm hoping, you know, with the AUD interest rate coming, we can get a push higher up into this area to maybe tag this area, and there is an imbalance here also. So weekly, again, temporary bullish regarding this pair. So, you know, it has been actually bullish for some time, but we haven't really had no real retracement. So in my terms, they're pushing the price up in order to capture this long-standing liquidity from December and also back in July as well. So this has been, you know, hovering down and going downwards for a long time. So maybe we get a break of structure as well. You know, maybe it pushes up here and closes. If it does close, I would consider it a break of structure. It almost broke the structure here, but it didn't really get there. So we was looking for that as well, because that maybe would have given us the retracement back down, but we didn't get the break of structure. So maybe now it wicks above and comes down, or it actually stays up here and closes. So either way, you know, we are expecting bullishness with the Aussie, and hopefully the interest rate can give us that. So don't actually have a candle to play off or area to play off regarding this, because it's been quite choppy, and you can see that they're walking the price up, but it has been quite choppy. So not really a setup that I've been looking for in regards to buying into. So overall, yeah, just waiting for the sell on this one really. So just check out the news on Tuesday morning. It may give us that impulse up or down. Can't keep a bias, it could be up or down. So yeah, just bear that in mind. And last but not least, I'm just going to go through the DXY and what we expect for that. So again, we had a setup given out for it where we've had actually a, I think it's a 2-hour candle actually. Yeah. So the 2-hour candle, so we actually had a reaction off of here and we started to see price move lower. So one thing that concerns me is the fact that, you know, we do have this area here also with this candle here. So it could go either way. It could come down and bounce off here, or overall, you know, if we are looking at the daily, I think we are due for the DXY to come down maybe as well. But it all depends on the bounce, because with the 2-hour, we didn't fully fill the imbalance, which was sitting in this candle here. We touched the imbalance, we touched some of it, but overall, we have got to the candle or the point of interest area and had a reaction. So I would favor the candle over the imbalance for sure. But you know, they may want to come back and actually fill it fully. So whether we get a bounce off of here, because you know this is a push down to get the push up, so we could get a mitigation play that way also. So overall, like I said, I would prefer DXY weakness, but it could go either way. So definitely just tune in if you are you know, looking for Aussie, pound US, euro US. Check the DXY as well, because if the dollar does get strong, excuse me, what your setup could be affected with those pairs. Last but not least, I just want to show you something I've found on the US government bonds. So I don't normally go through it, but I do lately. I've been like looking at the dollar index and correlating it with what this is showing as well. And for those that don't know, you know, if the government bond yields are going higher, DXY will be dropping. If the government bond yields are going lower, the DXY will actually get stronger. So I would actually favor, just by looking at this, it looks to me that we had a 4-hour breaker structure, as we can see here. It's gone up that way. So now I believe that, you know, if we can get a retracement back down, that will give us strength with the DXY, because this candle here definitely stands out to me as well. So there's definitely a lot of room to go down. For those that do watch the government bonds, or if you're not familiar with it, this doesn't move that fast. It's not like a currency pair or anything with real volatility. It's quite slow. It's quite a slow burner. But if we do get down here, then, you know, we could get a big reversal to the upside for that. So definitely, if you are looking at DXY, it is worth noting with the government bond yields, the 10-year yield and 30-year yield as well. Same picture really. The 30-year yield just moves a bit slower, but it's the same picture in what we're actually seeing. So maybe we get this move down, which gives us that dollar strength throughout the week, and then we might get the reversal with the dollar. So that's majority of the setups that I've got. Everything that I have showed you on the call, of course, will be posted in the Discord, excuse me. So again, if you don't have access to it, do visit our website, www.litcapital.co.uk, and go through you know, giving us your name and email address, and we'll be sure to respond with that. So guys, let's have a great week, man. The last couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, have been phenomenal in setups, if I do say. We're just going to continue with the same energy, man, and continue to, you know, give you guys some value. I hope you guys do find value in what we are. If you do, please visit our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, show some love, so we can bring you more content like this. And remember, every day is money day.